I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for Euros build-up. More of this coming on. But today we're going to talk about which right-back Southgate should basically kick out of England. Which right-back should be removed and not take part in the Euros this summer. We've got Aaron in the back, who I think is out on a check. So God knows what you're doing. What do you want to say, Aaron, quickly? Because I think you're a bit busy, aren't you?
We're just in bandstand at the minute. I think, look, I mean, first of all, sorry to Greenwood, because I know he's had to withdraw from the squad because of that injury. So I'm sorry for Mason. But I think in terms of right backs, I think looking on the base scenario, he's going to pick Kyle Walker. There's no reason or doubt he's going to pick Kyle Walker because I think that he's just the first teamer. He seems to be one of the first choices. I'd be very surprised if Trent doesn't travel. I think, or on the other hand, maybe because on the one hand he's quick, he's agile, he's a set piece specialist. On the other hand, though, his Liverpool form hasn't been the greatest compared to recent seasons.
Who would you drop? Who would you drop?
No, it's hard because Reece James had a great season and Kieran Trippier for Atletico Madrid had a good season. But
Indeed.
For me, I would drop Trippier over Trent, even though Trippier's had a great season. And I'd be brutal and drop Trippier because I think Trent will do a lot more than Trippier, to be honest.
I hear that. I do hear that. Look, Aaron, you go and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you in a bit. All right?
Yeah, no worries, man. Cheers.
Have a good one, mate. Catch you in a bit. Coming on here on a date. But I've got Hassan and I've got Lewis here as well. Big up to Chris. Trippier should be the right back drop. Well, I've gone in and looked at a few stats this season. So let's go through them before I get everyone's take on it. So these are the minutes that they've played. Right, so Trent has played the most minutes behind Trippier, Walker very close, and James with a lot less minutes by quite a mile. A lot less minutes, but the stats don't really matter. Let's look at defensive because there's this myth that Trent cannot defend, and I want to qualm that myth almost instantly. So look at the tackles that they're doing. Trent does 1.4 tackles per game. He is better. He is beaten by James and Trippier, but he does indeed have better tackles per game than Kyle Walker. Let's look at interceptions, though. He does 1.3 interceptions, only beaten by Kieran Trippier at 1.4. Both Kyle Walker and Reece James are way below him on interceptions, way below him. So if we're looking at just them two alone, I think I know where I'm lying here. But then we go and look at fouls. Trent actually makes the least amount of fouls out of all of them. Right, with Trippier and Reece James both committing the most fouls out of all of them. Clearances, Trippier does beat Trent and James beats Trent, but he's on par with Kyle Walker. And the blocks obviously all very similar. So I want to get this myth qualmed instantly that Trent can't defend, because he can. And he's a very good defender when we look at it based on the stats. Based on the stats, Trent can defend, right? But that's not the only stats I've been going to look at. Let's look at the attacking stats. And this is why we need to take Trent. 2 goals, 9 assists. Nobody has done better than Trent on that. Shots per game, he smashes everyone apart from Reece James, who is 0.3 below him. He does the same amount of dribbles as Reece James to a degree. He's fouled less, but he's dispossessed around the same. And if we take away the logo, these are bad touches. Trent don't have a bad touch, does he? Because he's the same as everyone else. So in terms of these stats as well, Trent is flying, absolutely flying. But they're not, as I said, they're not the only stats I've looked at. Let's go look at the attacking the passing stats as well. His key passes, he'll make 2 key passes per game. Nobody touches him. Kyle Walker making 0.3, abysmal. Average passes per game. Only Walker does more than Trent in terms of average passes. The pass success rate, yes, it's not as good as the others. But then crosses, he'll put crosses in the box. And who do England have up front? Fucking Harry Kane. So who do I want on the end of a cross from? So I would like Harry Kane to be on the cross from Trent, without a shadow of a doubt. Long balls. He does the most long balls apart from Trippier, very close. More than James and Trippier. And through balls, he does more than Walker and James, who don't actually do any through balls. So they are the basic stats that I've looked at. And as I said, there was this myth that Trent can't defend. That's bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. So let's qualm that straight away, shall we? Southgate will drop Trent. If Trent doesn't get in, that's a joke. And I'm a United fan. It's ridiculous. Wan-Bissaka not in the England squad. Clearly hates him. Wouldn't blame Wan-Bissaka for changing nations.
I would have said, based on the stats, Walker gets dropped out of all of them.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't understand.
Based on stats alone, Walker's getting dropped.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Reece James can play right centre back, which is exactly why Walker would be taken. Walker would be taken because he can play right centre back. Well, so can Reece James.
Walker will be taken for experience as well.
I frankly couldn't give less of a shit. to put it as
you do kind of have to look at all the young players coming into the squad, and you do have to think about experience. I think
that's why you take Trippier. Trippier can be the experience, right?
No, to be honest,
but Trippier doesn't play over Trent.
To be honest, though, I'd rather have
gives a different option.
I'd rather have experience up front than at the right centre back or the right back.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we've got more.
Because you need to have the more vocal players more centrally to the squad, so you could, if you understand what I'm saying, rather than the right back situation. Because we've seen Trent, we've seen Trippier, we've seen Reece James all perform in big games. Look at Reece James in the UCL final when it mattered the most. He turned up, and I just gotta go to my mom for a second because she keeps calling me. 1 second.
Yeah, that's cool. Couple more comments. Sad news for Everton. Ancelotti looks like he's going back to Madrid. Big up to Aaron, who introduced his girlfriend to stream. If you're with your girlfriend, you really shouldn't come on streams. I mean, go and enjoy your time. Exactly, Chris James. What Aaron, Wan-Bissaka, Trent should all be in. Walker is a centre back for us.
I don't see the Wan-Bissaka shouts at all, to be honest.
I mean,
he had a great season. I think he probably picked up towards the end a little bit, but I don't think he suits the system at all.
I would have got his stats, but there's frankly no point because Southgate hasn't taken him.
Exactly.
I've got a transfer show to do at 3:00, so I've got a busy fucking day because we'll be live.
The thing is, for a team like us that are gonna have the ball, unless we're playing a Spain or a France, maybe. Most of the time, we're going to have the ball, and you don't want a right back that is primarily there for slide tackles, because that's the issue that United had against Villarreal. Wan-Bissaka didn't have a bad game, but he was on the ball more than most of the players.
Yes, I'm not going to lie, he is so bad.
Yeah, you want ball playing defenders or wingers because they're going to get high up the pitch, aren't they?
I wouldn't mind taking Wan-Bissaka as a different type as right back. For example, the likes of Spain and France, where having maybe someone who quite likes a slide tackle might actually be quite beneficial to England. But look, he's not in the squad, so there's frankly no point fucking talking about him, to be brutally honest.
I just think if you take a right back that's primarily there for defending, then it automatically shows that you're worrying about the opposition too much. Whereas if you're aiming to try and win the tournament, you should always try and go on the front foot and attack first.
It just gives you a different option. But as I said, pointless talking about him because he's not there. So let's talk about the ones that are there. For me, it's apparently, according to sources, it's going to be either Trent or Trippier. Now, I want to say, why can't it be Trent or Reece James? To which I would be picking Trent. And I know that sounds horrific, but I think Trent is better.
Well, the thing is, in every if you take any other manager in world football, Trent is the number one choice, and then it's just out of the other three. Because logically, that is how you do it, because then you go with whoever suits your system. If you want Reece James for more versatility, he can play centre mid, he can play right centre back, he can play right back, right wing back. That's a great option. You can play Kyle Walker. He's got the experience. He's got the pace off the bench. Maybe he can play right centre back. Or you've got Trippier again for experience. He can play on both sides. He's got a set piece in him. They all give different options, but Trent does everything. He is the most well-rounded player.
This whole thing of experience, it pisses me off when I hear it's a cop-out. It's saying he's got experience.
I just think
it's a cop-out. No, it's for me, it's a cop-out.
I've seen it. I've read a lot of.
We've got but we've got Trippier.
Books about players from previous tournaments, and they do say that you have to have experience.
Yeah, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying not. Guys. 1 minute. I'm not saying not to have experience, but I'm not taking fucking Trent, Trippier, and Walker for experience. I'm not taking two. If I want experience, I can go either for Trippier or for Walker. Both have experience there. I've got Harry Maguire in that back line who also has experience. Oh, John Stones, who's also got experience. I've got Luke Shaw that somewhat has experience. I've got Pickford in goal that's had experience. Or John Henderson that's got experience. Or Harry Kane that's got experience. There's plenty of players that have got experience. So I'm not having a go. I just don't want to hear this whole experience thing, because I'm not taking an entire team of old guys who haven't done it before for us. Because what's the point?
I was just saying that I think it's fair if you obviously take players and you look at their attributes, what they do bring. That is one of the things that those players bring
to us. Then what does Walker bring? Looking at his stats,
pace, energy.
He brings very,
like I said, versatility. He can play right centre half. He can play right back. He's played in plenty of big games. Obviously, that kind of links to experience. But yes, he is a bit rash, and I'm the first to say I don't think he's that good of a player. But in terms of James, Trippier and Walker, it's kind of just much of a muchness, really.
Well, if we look at tackles, he's way below Trippier and Reece James. Interceptions,
I think his main thing is definitely his recovery pace, isn't it? But then again, his mistakes lead him into using
exactly. I don't. Looking at the stats,
that's what I mean. So I'm not at all saying, 100% go for it.
0.8 for interceptions, way below Trippier and Trent, might I add on that.
Yeah.
Ahead of Reece James, though. He commits fouls left, right, and fucking centre.
Yeah.
Same as Trippier and Reece James.
I will totally admit.
And believe it or not, Trent actually creates the least amount of fouls, but he can't defend. Remember, guys? Clearances are all pretty much the same. Blocks are the same. But he's then offensively, he is utterly horrific in the stats. Offensively, I mean, I'm not even going to look.
That does link to the system that he does play with Pep, because obviously Pep likes the wing backs to come inside, doesn't he? Basically, play centre mid. Whereas obviously someone like Trent or James, they go on the outside. Yeah, but so again, it depends on the system that Southgate wants to play.
We need to take players that fit our fucking system, right?
Yeah.
We don't play Pep football. We are not that fraudulent. I mean, Southgate is a donut, but he's not a forward. He's just a donut, right? So there's no point taking Kyle Walker, who frankly can't play right back, because he doesn't. He plays as a right/inside, whatever the fuck Pepper's woken up that day to fuck up on. Like, the man's a walking, talking dickhead. Like, for me, and with that, I'm talking about Pep there. I've got stronger words for Walker. I mean, the issue is he's not good enough. So really, the argument shouldn't be on Trent or Trippier or Trent and James. It should be on fucking Walker. This man shouldn't be going there. If we want someone for right centre back, just play Reece James there, or fuck it, we'll just play fucking Declan Rice as a centre back, because why not? Like, might as well play Trippier there. I mean, man can play left back as well. Like, we've also got like 4 or 5 centre backs we're going to be taking anyway. So why the hell do we need a right-sided centre back anyway? I'm perplexed and annoyed. But Charlie, what about you? I'm about to lose my shit with Pep and probably Southgate later on. But what are you thinking? I mean, I'm kicking out Trippier. I kick out Trippier. In fact, I also kick him out of the nation. Just like remove his caps. He's utter horseshit. I don't like him. Well, what about you? What do you think?
Well, with me, I would first player I would take out, and it's because we've got too many good wingers and we've got players that can play fullback. Saka,
Mm-hmm.
I would take out. I mean, he is class, but I just don't think he's that good. You know, for the Euros, because we got Sancho, Grealish, and the other. I mean, I'm in on Henderson, because Henderson hasn't played for 5 months.
Not 5 months, like 2, 3 maximum.
Henderson will go and Henderson will go and he'll remove Ward-Prowse, which I'm not against. I mean, Hendo is vice captain. We do.
I saw someone. I don't think he is. Apparently, Maguire's vice captain. I saw on Twitter saying Maguire's going to be vice captain for Euros.
Harry Kane's captain, I think, and then it's Maguire.
Yeah, Kane's captain. I saw somewhere say that Maguire's vice captain.
I'm pretty sure it's Hendo, because Southgate loves Henderson.
Absolutely
adores him.
Yeah, that's why he's going.
I've seen a lot of times where Kane was captain.
And also, we're lacking, and I will say the experience, because I'm not against taking experience, but I'm not taking Kyle Walker for experience. I mean, Jesus Christ, I might as well hire a prostitute. Basically, I would take Henderson for the bit of experience, because we are seriously lacking in that sort of DM/central midfield role.
Yeah,
I mean,
centre mid, we definitely like.
We've got Declan Rice, John Henderson, and Calvin Phillips, really, that can play that holding role. So, I mean, we're already short on numbers in that area, which perplexes me sometimes, because Southgate is a knob. But yeah, big up to RJ in the comments as well. So Wan-Bissaka has all those good traits and doesn't get picked. Southgate is going to bottle it.
Well,
I've already said we're not talking about Wan-Bissaka. He's not in there, and I'm not wasting my breath on that conversation. Lads, if England top their group, they play second place of France, Germany, Portugal. Good luck journey.
Even if we come second, though, we face whoever goes through from that tie in the next round.
No,
either way, we're going to get one of those
teams. If you come second, so you're not going to win that either. Like,
I fancy beating all of them. Also, who have Ireland got this? Who have Ireland got this summer?
We got a nice trip to the back arse of nowhere, so we're going to be playing some friendlies for it. So I'll be speaking some good old Spanish, and I'll be putting on my Spanish shirt, supporting the good old Spanish. So
I suppose that's what most Irish people have to do. Oris is wearing a Germany top. Indeed. Crikey.
Oh, the boys.
Trent's biggest issue is fuck off. Defensive.
No.
Right. Trent has actually not got an issue. I'm gonna.
The thing about Trent's position is high up the pitch, but the reason you pointed out about fouls given away is because he's got such high composure. He doesn't just jump into challenges like somebody like Walker.
Also,
he's got the ability to just stay on his feet and think about it first.
He does 4.3 long balls a game. Now, For a team that quite likes to counter attack under this pussy of a manager, you think having someone who could ping a long ball would be quite beneficial.
Exactly.
But I guess with Southgate, it's more of a off the whatever he's doing.
Yeah, it's annoying that he completely fucked over Vardy as well. Because could you imagine like just him as a different option on the counter? If we're playing a counter-attacking system, Vardy fucking up front along with Kane, Trent pinging long balls.
Southgate fucking
brilliant.
Southgate fucking up people's careers. 1 minute, guys. I just quickly want to get through some more comments.
Okay.
Walker's versatility is the only benefit, in my opinion. People could argue AWB. Maguire may not be fit, but I would take Maguire. I'm not doing the AWB debate. We can do that another day if you want. Trent plays more forward. Only reason Southgate don't favour him, not how Southgate wants to play, even if it should be.
Again, though, that's only because our system. If Trent's told to stay deeper, he will stay deeper. He's not just going to refuse to do what he's told, is he?
Actually, I'd quite like it. I'd quite like it if he could refuse to do what Southgate says, because we might have a chance of winning the tournament then.
Sure.
Trippier is probably in the squad because of his tournament. I don't mind Trippier, but I really don't mind Trippier.
If James misses out, then Southgate is lost because he's our best right back.
See, I don't mind Trippier. I don't mind Reece James. I don't mind Trent. I do not want Kyle Walker anywhere near this team. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't think there's much between the other three, and Trent's just far and away the best player. Has
leadership, and we in the centre. We're lacking the centre defensive mid, so
Endo's not a DM though. He's definitely that eight. He would be in that role where Bellingham or Ward-Prowse.
It's one of them that he can hold if he's told to, and to be frankly honest, we're not graced with many good DMs.
He can go in the six, but it completely wastes him.
Well, yes, but we haven't really.
But then you can open the opportunity to more people. Like you can open it to Mount playing the 8, and then Foden playing the 10.
You want what? God,
Mount playing in the box to box is not his role though.
I do not want Mount or Foden anywhere.
He dropped deep for Chelsea, and he's got good work rate, but he's not a box to box midfielder. That's the Kante.
I want Mount nowhere near doing box to box duties. I want him nowhere near the defence.
Yeah.
I do not want attackers.
Because that's energy, that's high work rate.
But I don't want attacking players to go in and doing the defending. I don't want that.
No,
but Trippier has.
When you've got good work rate,
Trippier has had an amazing season. That is for sure. Last couple of comments.
He's only played since December. He was banned.
Yeah, but he's still got more minutes than Walker and Reece James. So clearly
the thing. The fact that Reece James didn't even play in the semis of the Champions League, or one of the legs or whatever. Obviously, he brought out a good performance in the final, but
that was against Raheem Sterling.
I think his season was extremely overrated.
That's Sterling tax, because Sterling is overrated. Henderson has the skills.
No, but he's been good against most of the teams like the Real Madrid, the Atleticos, but it is what it is.
Atletico offered no attacking intent against you. Real Madrid, he was definitely on the bench for one of the legs.
So the stupid argument over who goes for Greenwood, Trent or Saka.
Well, Greenwood's out anyway.
Greenwood's out without Greenwood. Our forward options came. No, because you got Watkins in there. You got Foden that can play on the wing. You got Grealish that plays on the wing.
Sancho.
Mount can play on the wing. Sancho. So really, we only need 2 strikers because that's how we play. Play with 1 up top and then 2 on the wings as inside forwards.
Yeah.
So I'm actually fine with just Kane and Calvert-Lewin. I'm not taking Saka.
Greenwood being out is really annoying, to be fair.
The link is in the chat if you want to come on. If we go back 4, Reece James, Asco right back, play 5.
Why though? He's played in a back 5 most of the season.
Exactly, yeah.
Trent has literally played at the right of a back 4 for the last 4 years.
Trent can play both. I mean...
but Reece James though is class. He's class at defending and going forward. So
he's not as good at defending as people make out, and he's not as good at attacking as Trent. True. So he's just the worst player.
Nah, he's our best right back.
No way is Reece James our best right back.
No, Trent's your best one by a country mile, lads. He is.
Trent's the best right back in the world.
It doesn't matter about his defensive capabilities, lads. Look, I understand. Look, the main priority of a right back is to defend. That's why it's a right back. right? It doesn't matter. Look, obviously that's how Trent is. He doesn't know how to truly defend. However,
Hold up,
If you
RJ.
want-
That's a myth in
Hold up.
itself,
Hold
though.
up.
Again,
Right,
it's completely down to the
RJ,
tactics that the manager
I'm
wants
gonna
to
go.
play.
I want you to sit in silence. In fact, everyone can. And I want you to talk me through these stats, RJ. See, these are defensive stats. Talk me through them, please.
okay, so for tackles, Trent is 1.4. I'm assuming this is per game. I guess is this right?
Yep, this is all per game.
Okay. So surprisingly, Walker is less than Trent, which is actually kind of hilarious in a sense.
Mhm.
Trippier tops that one, just above James. Yeah, look. Everyone can see this. Right?
Would you like to apologise to Trent for saying that he can't defend?
I'm not saying that he can't defend. I'm just saying I wouldn't trust him with my life to defend.
Would you like to apologise to Trent?
No, I stick to my word.
Yeah, put it this way though: if we played a France or a Germany or a Portugal in the next round, Trent, like
He's
for me,
got all of the
Trent
best
against
wingers
Mbappe
on those
would be very
nations.
interesting.
Do you know
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
The reason
Kane when he was
the
18.
reason I would-
He put Ronaldo in the
like-
Champions League final. He made him switch wings when he was 18 or 19.
the reason I would like Trent to play against one of them is because an Mbappe ain't tracking back, is he? That
Exactly.
means that you can have a Sancho and if Sancho plays on the right or whatever,
He should.
that means you can have overlaps of Trent and Sancho against
Exactly.
one left back because they're not going to track back, which means that we're actually more dangerous because the best form of defense is attack.
I mean,
Let's not attack these guys.
but now, you do realize
yeah, especially
France do
for
have,
England.
but now France do have N'Golo Kante. He's going to be running around the pitch. I don't really care
Yes,
where
but we also have a Jordan Henderson. We got
Is Jordan Henderson going to be running
Yeah,
the
if
first
Henderson's
3 minutes?
able to be
Here's the
fit
thing:
and
the
start,
chemistry is important.
Guys,
exactly.
one
Trent
at a
and Hendo
time.
know
One at a
exactly
time.
the same system. So when Trent bombs forward, Hendo will sit back. They know that perfectly, and then obviously it
You do
depends
know
who you've
France
got
has
right
got Paul
wing.
Pogba and N'Golo Kante, who have been unbeaten.
But on
in
the
their
left
midfield
side
football.
against Trent and Henderson and Sancho
Also,
or Foden.
If you think about it, if we're playing against France, keep the ball away from the midfield. Keep it
Yeah,
on the
but
wings.
that's easier said than done.
That's what you have out for.
Also, who is the one person who can switch play on the wings? Oh, let me think. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Okay.
Can you imagine Trent just pinging a long ball over to Luke Shaw, who then whips in across and gets onto Harry Kane's massive, great big head? Like, if we actually think about this in a more sophisticated way, everything we're saying is more beneficial to take Trent.
The thing is if we're not taking Ward Prowse, who's our best set piece taker?
Trent.
It's Trent. Trippier's got a good set piece. Obviously, he scored the free kick in the semis, but Trent takes them week in, week out for us.
I mean, if it's 40 yards, you have to give it to Rashi, to be fair.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm not wrong.
I mean,
I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
No,
maybe
you're not.
Score one out of the next 100 that he takes.
No. If they are from 40 yards out, there is actually no one better within the Premier League than Rashford because of the power he hits it with, the way he gets that ball dipping and around.
So it's like with a striker like Kane, who will literally poach that ball if the keeper messes up.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what you want. I mean, they happen with
because he hits it with such power and such pace. The keeper's more than likely just going to.
Yeah, he does a knuckleball, doesn't he? That's where he's copied.
Robbie
Ronaldo from that goal against was it Chelsea? Was it in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup?
Carabao Cup. Yeah. That was, man, I was going nuts with that. That was fun.
But
it's just
I wouldn't start Rashford, but Southgate will.
Wait, why would you?
Yo, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't start Rashford either.
I would not start Rashford, mate.
He's one of the best players in the world off the bench. His pace and his ability to just run.
What did you want to say?
That racist guy, his cup's gone.
Oh, excellent. Big up. What a cunt he was. But no, I agree on the Rashford debate. I want him on the bench. I mean, he's actually lucky that Greenwood's got an injury because I'm picking Greenwood over Rashford, and that's not because I like Greenwood. It's because how fucking shit has Rashford been for the last 4 months? He has been.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I like his overall play is terrible. Like you've seen him in there's so many games. Obviously, I know he keeps he does keep scoring, but his overall play is like awful. And the amount of times he just thinks he's, Messi in his prime, just trying to take people on and do all these skills and chops. Like
He's able to. He's able to. It's just
Yeah,
this
he's
season.
able
he's
Yeah,
been
but
fair.
RJ,
This season he's been so good.
even you can't sit here and tell me that Rashford's had been at a good end of the season.
No.
He's
of course
been
not.
woeful.
No. Well, one thing I've seen this season, he's been less adventurous. He's not taking defenders on. He's tried to go in, try and do it himself.
That's also because he's carrying an injury. So
That's exactly. Yeah.
I've also made the shout that I probably don't even take Rashford.
I think for safety reasons, don't bring him.
I think we're forgetting. We've got the Qatar World Cup in 18 months' time.
True.
So would I rather sacrifice Rashford now and take him to Qatar and know that I'm getting a fully fit Rashford? Yeah, I would. Because this squad, with Rashford or not, is still strong. This squad, when Rashford's fit and ready to go, is even better because they've all got tournament experience in. And Rashford doesn't really need a tournament experience. I mean, he will have plenty of that experience. So I wouldn't even take Rashford, but I know he will go because that's the thing. But Aaron makes a good question. Who starts left? I say Shaw.
100%.
I'd say Chilwell.
You what? Well, you are a Man City fan, so
He's
I can see why you don't want to. I see why you don't want to pick a United player. But why do you go Chilwell?
No, it's not because of that. I just think based on current form, I would pick because Shaw. Obviously, I know it's different. United.
That's basically just club form then, in terms of the actual team. Because
Chilwell
Shaw has still been one of United's best players, even in their poor form.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, it's just about opinions, though, isn't it? And for me, Chilwell just gets in. I just think he's better.
But do you understand that Chilwell got dropped for Alonso? Marcus Alonso dropped him when Tuchel started, right? Now, no offense to Alonso, but that's not the best thing you want from your career.
So, well, no, that was because Alonso knew how to play the left wing back role, and Chilwell had never done it. But towards the end of the season,
Chilwell wasn't even that great.
Yeah, but Tuchel has been teaching Chilwell how to do that left wing back role. But let's eliminate 6 of them. Okay. That's obviously we've had the right back discussion, and people kept bringing up Wan-Bissaka. But goalkeepers, who are we taking out? I actually disagree. I'm kicking out Sam Johnston.
Nah,
the reason,
no.
I'll give a good reason for this. Ramsdale has been on international tournaments with our under-21s. So if we want someone who has already been in that environment, I'm kicking out Johnston.
Nah, Ramsdale for me, he's terrible.
I think for a season that he had, you can't get rid of Sam Johnston. He's the only thing that actually kept West Ham.
Ramsdale is not terrible. That is completely.
He's not terrible, but he's not as good as Johnston, in my opinion.
I would say he's on par. They're both the reason why their teams were relatively as good as they are. But right back, who are we kicking out? Because we've got 4. One of them has to go.
I'd kick out Trippier, but that's just me.
So you've got 1 vote for Trippier. I'm kicking out Walker.
Probably I'd say Trippier.
So 2 votes for Trippier, 1 vote.
I think his attributes mostly similarities to Trent, and Trent's just better in them. So,
Lewis, what about you? Are you kicking out right back?
Trippier.
3 votes for Trippier. Velvashwan?
Walker, because I don't like him.
3-2. Max, are you there?
Trippier.
Oh, everyone kicking out. I don't understand why people want to say Walker. Yeah. I mean, man's probably gonna hire a prostitute after the first game.
It is a walking penalty, to be fair.
And to be frankly honest, his attitude outside of football is horrific. And
I hate Walker. He's a dickhead. Completely.
rather not have Walker corrupting half of our youngsters, to be brutally honest with you.
Well, he did.
Can I
with
be
Fulham.
honest? Walker is actually defensively. He's so rash. Like, I remember
I
like
know.
Mane
Yeah.
against
I
him
know.
gave
But-
away
but
that
look,
penalty.
Does anyone remember him
In the
versus
big
Mata when
games,
he
he's
was at Chelsea?
gonna give
like?
away a penalty.
Yeah,
So
he's gonna give away.
people voted Trippier though. Centre backs we've got Maguire, Mings, Cody, Stone, Godfrey.
Like Mings is part of that squad.
So
Yeah, Mings as well. Yeah.
who are we kicking out? Who are we
This is
kicking
so
out
easy, lads.
on
Come
that?
on. Come
Mings and Ben White for me.
No, Godfrey's in there as well.
Yeah, Godfrey is.
Yeah, I said Godfrey.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to take
Yeah, I
out.
want to
Tyron.
double check.
Just like Walker, he's literally a liability to your squad. Like, what does he actually bring that would actually make some difference?
Who's that? You said?
Mings.
Yeah, that was Connor Cody as well. I forgot him.
I think Conor Cody would be a great substitute for Harry Maguire, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because
I think that'd be
He's
good.
terrible in a four at the back, though. Literally,
Yeah,
No,
he is.
not really. We've only
But-
seen a few matches. He's been really decent, but we haven't seen it for like a
he's been
longevity.
terrible
No,
all season.
but
in the four
Reece,
at the back.
the thing you have to understand is, look at his teammates that he has to play with. He's Sice and some other weirdo that we never heard of, right?
Sice
Yeah,
is
but
not
he
even
doesn't
defensive.
suit a four at the back because he's so slow and he's
Yeah.
tactically inept of playing in a
Right.
four.
So are we kicking out one or are we kicking out two? What's our thought?
Kick out Mings, man.
Could you read the centre backs again, Daniel?
So
Cody,
centre backs are
Maguire,
Cody,
I'll say
Godfrey,
Mings and Cody. Get rid of them.
Maguire, Mings, Stones, and that's it. So I'm gonna say Mings
Yeah, so six,
and
seven.
Ben White. That would be the one. That would be the two I kick out.
Yeah, me. I think it would be Ben White and Cody.
You keep Mings.
Ben White and Cody. So
Yeah,
I'd say
we've got-
Mings and Cody for me.
Mings is
One minute,
error
one minute,
prone.
one minute. So you went Ben White, yeah, and Cody, yeah,
What, me?
yeah.
Yeah. Ben White
Yeah.
and Cody. Yeah.
What about you, Reese?
Mings and Cody for me.
Lewis
Ben White and
and
Tyler Mings.
Mings. Velvetram.
Mings and Ben White.
Max.
You said he's going to get lunch.
Daniel.
Mings and Conor Cody.
So RJ.
Fucking Mings and Conor Cody.
Okay, so we're
Has
actually
Ben White
tied with.
played?
I think Connor
We're-
Cody
we're-
might be out.
We're tied with White and Cody. So Alex, or people in the chat, who would you kick out, Cody or White? That is your job. So Mings is all. We're kicking out Mings, not the Southgate's going to do it. Although Alex did put in an interesting comment saying we need Mings. He is a left-footed player. Which
I
I
agree.
Though,
I agree, but
and
the thing
he's
with
terrible.
Mings is he's error prone. Like
He makes too many
he
mistakes.
makes mistakes every single
Conte
game.
does carry him completely.
Yeah, Conte's
He's a better defender. Yeah.
the thing with it is his left foot as good as the mistakes he makes on a regular basis? I
100%
don't
not.
think
No.
so.
No.
So that's
No,
the
it's just
issue.
He is a dickhead
I
as well.
think
You can tell
good
he's a
in the
proper
back three
villain.
if we play it. I hear that. But we're currently we're currently tied at the moment with Cody and White. I mean, I
Just put in the chat, one for Cody, two for.
No, it's,
I'm just gonna say it. No, I'm just gonna say it here. When I'm actually like, I'm from Birmingham. I do support Villa. When I watch Tyler Mings play, I'm nervous because when he's on the ball and he tries to Maxi Martinez, he always puts too less power on. Yes, he doesn't make mistakes for England, but he's too mistake prone for club. I know clubs doesn't matter in international; it's two completely different things. But for me personally, every concept is head and shoulders
Yeah,
above
but
Tyrone
that's a different conversation. I've just put Cody in there because why not? Midfielders, we've currently got Bellingham, Lingard, Mount, Ward-Prowse. I mean, one of them's probably got to go. Phillips, Henderson, Rice. I mean, one of them and Ward-Prowse. One of them's probably got to go. Which one are we chucking out?
Ward-Prowse.
Nah. Okay, first off, you're not taking Ward-Prowse.
Oh, hold on. This is a democratic vote. So who voted Ward-Prowse?
Me.
What do you think?
Right.
Okay,
So
sorry.
one vote for Ward-Prowse. RJ, who are you kicking out?
It's a tough one, but I'd say just because of his youth, I have to go for Bellingham.
Right. A couple of comments before we go round to everyone else.
How many
Konza should be.
defenders?
Lewis is frozen. No.
We got rid of two of them. Konza should be instead of Mings. Konza has been a better Villa defender just for Lingard.
Oh, he should be in as well.
Do you reckon Bamford will make the squad? No.
Nope.
Well,
He's not even
in the provisional.
He's not even in the provisional. But if you are new to the channel, please do leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel with notifications on. So we got one vote for Bellingham, one vote for Ward-Prowse. Reese, what about you?
Is this for out or keeper?
Yeah.
Out.
Kicking out.
Kicking out Ward-Prowse.
Right. Lewis?
Lingard.
He's already out, confirmed, isn't he?
Lingard, because we have so many players at that position. I feel like keep James Ward-Prowse for the squad depth.
I'm pretty sure Lingard's already confirmed.
I'm going to make it interesting, Bellingham.
Thank you.
Right.
He's already out.
Is Lingard already? Is he already out? Well, I'll give that. I'll
basically every reliable source. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll trade it to Jude Bellingham then.
I'll give Lingard the out there then. Now we need to kick out a forward. Already, obviously, Mason Greenwood not going. So we've got Calvert-Lewin, Phil Foden, Grealish, Kane, Rashford, Saka, Sancho, Sterling, Watkins. Who are we chucking out? Saka.
Sterling.
One minute. So, Charlie said Saka. RJ, who are you kicking out in the forward line?
Just because he brings nothing to squad, right?
Sterling. Right. Aaron, I've just muted you. Unmute yourself when you're talking because we can hear the wind. So one vote for Saka, one vote for Sterling. Reese, what about you, mate?
Saka as well for me.
Saka. Lewis?
Saka.
Velshram?
I want to say Sterling, but it's going to be Saka.
You can say Sterling if you want. I'll put you down for
yes.
Sterling.
Sterling, go fuck yourself. Get out this team.
Daniel?
Because of the way he played against us, Sterling.
Thank you.
And Aaron, who are you kicking out, Saka or Sterling?
Out of Saka and Sterling, I'm going to go with Saka because I think Sterling just has way too many touches. And I think Saka would have better ball control, and I think Saka would just have a bit more pace than Sterling as well.
Hold on, no. So you're kicking out Sterling, yeah?
I'm kicking out Sterling, yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
No, it's just you said Saka, and I think Aaron got confused with the question because I asked who you kick it out, and he said Saka, which I'm not against.
I'm kicking out Sterling.
Max, who are you kicking out, Saka or Sterling?
I'd say Sterling.
Cool. So Sterling has been chucked out. So we've gone for
Aaron
Ramsdale, Kieran Trippier, Tyrone Mings, Connor Cody, Jesse Lingard, and Raheem Sterling. Wasn't very difficult to kick him out.
I'll control.
He's just walked into a chippy whilst debating the England squad. He has indeed. Aaron is a special character. He is for sure.
I'm very special. Thank you very much.
we know. Sterling been poor all season, but it's not talked about enough is English media. Vibes FC, Greenwood told Southgate to piss off. He did. And United basically... United just basically said to England, "Do go fuck yourself." Or it might have been more to Southgate. Maybe they're like, is Southgate gonna fuck up? Because if he is, we'd rather him not blame Greenwood. Because I mean, knowing Southgate, it'd probably be like, "Oh, it was Greenwood because he's a cunt," and then I'd have to go and kill him. That is Southgate, obviously.
Injured.
Well, Greenwood, yeah. Well,
yeah.
You say injured, more like United have gone, nah, you're not having Greenwood.
You're not going to injure our boy, you can look.
Yeah, it's like, you're not having Greenwood. We're going to let him rest up for the summer, and then he's going to come back fighting fit, ready for next season.
Basically, it was quite interesting that they named it an underlying injury. Like, it was underlying, like, in other words, he's told Southgate to fuck up, basically.
The interesting bit that I find on this, and we will talk about it because we might as well, is for me that if this was an underlying injury, they would have known about it way before today. Why have they decided to wait until Southgate names his squad to say, "Oh, and by the way, you're not having Greenwood"? Anyone got any smart ideas on why they've done that?
That's because it's Southgate, isn't it? He's an absolute donkey.
Thank you. Yes.
Anyway,
because he'd rather play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer than Gareth Southgate. That's why.
Lads, with all respect, you're not winning anything.
Mason Greenwood told Southgate.
I like donkeys, so I don't like Southgate.
Greenwood told Southgate to chew some gum and he refused. He's like, "Alright, go fuck yourself. Your breath stinks, bro. I'm staying in this tree."
I'd be very interested to see how England do without their star Mason Greenwood now that he's told them to actually just go do one.
If Ings get injured, one of us forwards would it be Dominic Cavalier and Marcus Rashford. They're going to be one-on-one with the goalkeeper. They're not going to score that chance.
100%.
This is why I say bring Danny Ings to the squad. Because he will probably score that chance.
Danny Ings.
It's certainly that. Obviously, we'll be doing plenty of build-up shows. Got an England show on Friday, the first one where we discuss Brexit. I mean Southgate. Same thing. Basically, both are ridiculously dumb, and both creates great harm on our nation. But if Southgate, if he fails in this tournament, should he have his citizenship removed, chucked into the ocean, drowned, God knows what, don't care, chuck him to Scotland, they can have him. Or we can give him to Ireland if Ireland want a shitty manager.
No,
I mean,
no.
They're all shit.
Let Southgate manage Spurs. Let Southgate manage Spurs.
Or that. Well, that's same thing. Ireland, Spurs, they're the same thing, really.
Oh God.
They're both ridiculous. They're both ridiculously shit.
Also, just relegate one of the shit London teams, and we're all good. Just relegate.
I hear that. On Saturday, on Saturday, we've got an interesting late night show. To be fair, so I've you know how Sky Sports did that whole thing for the clubs, like they were working out the best team of like a 3-year period. Well, I've done that, but for clubs in general. So like all of the clubs, so United, Liverpool. I've done 2 of them. So you got domestic, and then you got all time. I've ranked them, and there's like a proper league table for it as well. That's going to be 11:30 on Saturday night. So there's nothing else to do on Saturday night. So
by
make
the
sure
way,
you check
is the squad announcement officially been made, or have I missed it completely?
No, it'll be made at 5. So we're going to be live at 4:30.
Fantastic.
Building up.
I'll be back in my studio and on my laptop by then. So
when you say studio, do you mean bedroom?
Yes.
Hey, look, don't disrespect the bedroom, man. That's a great studio.
Yeah. RJ, I'm not disrespecting the bedroom because that's where I stream for. But I call it for what it is, which is a bedroom. Because there's my sofa and there's my bed. It's my bed.
It's half bedroom, half studio. You've got the lighting and camera stuff at one side and the bed on the other.
To be fair, I do have that. Like a quarter of my room is literally just lighting and God knows what. But it's just my desk. That's what I call that. all these fancy words for a desk. But we are going to wrap it up there because I've got transfer talk to prepare for. And then we'll be back at 4:30. It's a busy day today. We'll be back at 4:30 for the announcement that Southgate chucks out there. Transfer talk 3 p.m. I might be on Wine and Football. I don't know. I need to talk to Charles about that one. Tomorrow we got England Austria watch along at 7:30. So if you want to be a part of that, let me know, because that should be an interesting one for sure. But yes, plenty of stuff going on all week. Mainly just watch alongs. It's quite an easy week. But before we go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. RJ, where can they find your Irish asshole?
You probably find me in the River Shannon crying if England win the Euros. You can find me. You can find me on Robotic Jaguar pretty much on every social. To be fair, it is what it is. To be fair, and come on, Spain, Portugal, fucking beat the crap out of England, please.
Oh, RJ's just bitter because they're not in the Euros. Reese, where can they find you?
You're 2016.
Yeah, over on Twitter, LFC_Reese, and also on TikTok, Reese_JB.
Perfect. Lewis?
You can find me on YouTube Pro Sports, Twitter, Lewis Pro 160, and yeah.
Perfect. Charlie?
Yeah, at One Ravers Vlogs on Twitter and One Ravers Vlogs on YouTube.
Perfect. Max, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram, MaxTagHD official. YouTube _MaxTagHD on Twitter, and on YouTube, MaxTagHD. New video out yesterday about the Hull City takeover news, and I'll probably be doing more some Euro content later on.
Perfect. Daniel, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at CFCDanielMTG. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And Southgate and Ireland are frauds.
Fuck off. How about not taking our players?
Daniel, that's common knowledge.
RJ, don't be bitter. The players kissed your badge, and then we decided that we quite like the look of them and stole them from you. But we gave you Bamford.
Oh,
he just doesn't want to pay for you. We gave you a player, but the player just doesn't want to play for Ireland.
Probably wouldn't start with. We have Obafemi. He's fucking way better than fucking Bamford.
Yeah, I'm sure Ireland can be picky with. I'm sure Ireland can be picky with their players. But Aaron, where can they find you in your studio?
You can find me on Twitter at Aaron_Challenger on the road to a K. From a Football DRFC on YouTube for the latest Donny content. In other words, you can just find me with Chantal, if not.
Location, please.
Sliding,
I'm joking.
he's sliding in there. He is sliding in there. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at vel_skills.
Perfect. As I said, we'll be back at 3 o'clock, so I need to go dash and actually prepare for that one. But until then, thanks for watching. Next week or the week after, we're going to have a journalist who's going to be coming on to do transfers with us. That'll be a closed show. But I'll let you know when we sort that out, so you can get your questions in. And no, Aaron, he knows nothing about Doncaster, so don't even bother. I might as well just get that one out there straight away. Because Aaron's going to be like, what about Doncaster? And it's going to be like, yeah, he knows nothing about Doncaster. That is for sure.
So it's not for Doncaster. Romano.
There's some...
just to show up on the show.
No, it's not. I
will have an incredible time talking about Doncaster again.
I can confirm 100% it is not Fabrizio Romano. That's just a cast iron.
It's me.
No way. I can also guarantee it's not Velversram. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.